Really? This noob again?
Pink! Pink! Fire on that target! Yay!
What the hell was that? A rocket?
Red, do your thing!
Shut up!
Alright, I've had enough of this. Oh, for fuck.
Forward!
Ow! Medic! I think my screen's doing something it shouldn't.
My first Battlefield game was actually Battlefield 3, so I haven't played the likes of Bad Company, which everyone seems to hold in very high regard. But from what I have played, I enjoy this franchise. I love its combined arms design and the way the classes are set up. You can play this game pretty much however you want it to play. And yes, I am aware that this game has been meta-bombed online, or review-bombed, or whatever you want to call it. Mainly from people who say that the game is not historically accurate, and that there are women soldiers in it. Put some barricades in place.
Good job. We have taken objective Beta.
And that's that objective. That's that little thing. Build 3 fortifications. That's pretty snazzy though, being able to do that. I mean, I just put all of these fortifications in. Unlike a certain other video game that shall remain nameless, Black Ops 4, this game actually has a campaign. Now, I was expecting about 3 or 4 hours, hopefully 4, maybe more. We got 5 hours of a campaign. It's just one small problem. It's separated across 3 war stories. So what you actually get is not a continuous 5-hour campaign, but 3 separate ones. It's hard to get invested in the characters when you keep jumping backwards and forwards. I mean, I know it's me jumping backwards and forwards, but I've kind of got no choice when the one I'm playing runs out. By the way, my favourite was the first one, Under No Flag. I like the camaraderie and the banter between the two of those guys, especially the sequence at the end.
How about a little music, eh?
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. To the sweetest girl I know.
Moving on to multiplayer, which, let's be honest, is where you're going to spend most of your time. The multiplayer is class-based. Now, in this particular game, and I noticed this particularly in relation to Battlefield 3 and 4, which I've also played, the equipment for these classes is very limited. Now, that works for and against the game. It works for it because with limited equipment, each class has literally been pigeonholed. Each class has a specific function in the army, which means it encourages teamwork. because you can't play every position. On the flip side, it means you don't have much equipment to play around with. Each class gets about 7 or 8 primary weapons. You get a smattering of other stuff, but it really feels like you haven't got much equipment to equip. You feel like something's missing constantly. It says that this, for example, unlocks when the weapon reaches rank 4. Well, okay, but this weapon's reached rank 3, which means that these things should have unlocked already, but I can't do anything with them, so what gives? It says reset down at the bottom of the screen, but it says rank 4 required. So I have to be rank 4 to access any of this. Why would I need to be rank 1, 2, 3 and 4 to access this shit if I need to be rank 4 to do anything with it? What? What? Having said that, I liked the classes. The assault class is designed to kill infantry and vehicles. The medic class is designed to heal and revive your team members. The support class lays down suppressive fire as well as dishes out ammunition. The recon class can also act as a sniper, but primarily recons the enemy position and can put a respawn beacon down for their troops. They're all designed to work in harmony with each other. And it's when you don't work together, when these classes are supposed to fit together like cogs in an engine, and if your engine has mismatched cogs, it isn't going to work well together. Headshot. Headshot. Oh, come on, stop doing that, guys, because I'm slaughtering you. I'm slaughtering you with a sniper rifle. As I said before, weapon selections are limited in each of the class, and so is the equipment. Customization is insanely limited. In previous games, you could get all sorts of things like clip extenders and stability improvers, and in this game, you only have scopes. Literally, that's the only thing you seem to be able to attach onto your gun. You can customise your gun with paint jobs. Most of them you can buy with the company coins, which I'd normally describe as a bullshit currency, except you can't buy them. You can't buy them! You can only earn them in game. I nearly fell off my fucking chair! Oh, bad guy. He's already dead. Right, moving up. I didn't even see him sneaking through the grass, and I'm supposed to be here covering it. I was doing well, but my clip ran out. What are you going to do? Die, apparently. I keep getting that Order of Marinus. And something confusing they've done with the loadout system, or it's confusing me, because they did something similar with Battlefield 3, I seem to recall, and it didn't go over so well. In this game, because it's World War II, you can play as either the Allies or the Axis forces. Okay, but for some reason this game has a separate loadout for the Allies and Axis. Which means that if you, for example, change which assault rifle the Allied forces have, the Axis forces has its own loadout and it doesn't change. Oh, it didn't swap my weapon out for the bloody... Do you know? Why can't you just keep the same weapons for both sides? Why do both sides have to have their own loadout? Why don't you just have one loadout, the end? This is like what happened with Battlefield 3. The multiplayer maps themselves are large and they're varied, not only in terms of the visuals but also the way they're designed. Some maps are tight quarters with narrow streets and ruined buildings, so you're not quite sure where the enemy is hiding. You know, haven for snipers, narrow gaps, so if you do happen to have a vehicle it's hard to drive through there. Other maps are more open, they have open fields. But don't make the mistake of thinking there's no cover, because there's plenty of hedgerows and trees and ditches to hide in. There's a good selection of maps here. The only problem is that there's only 8. When you first start playing the game, you won't notice, but after you've been playing for a few days, you'll start to notice that you're playing the same 8 maps. Me personally, I was hoping for 10 or 12 maps. That was just my preference, but I think, having played it for a while, I think it really needed more than 8. Oh, for goodness sake. Really? Well, now you've gotten yourself stuck. Honestly. Oh, for goodness sake, is this a throughfare? Jesus Christ. What in the bloody hell was that? I think it was a bomb. So that's the mechanics of multiplayer. What about the actual game modes? Well, there's the old favourite Conquest, of course. And by old favourite, I mean it's my favourite. Which button is the rifle? Oh no, I haven't got the rifle, have I? No, I've got the explosives. I can't, yeah. Shit. Ow. This is the point where you withdraw. I don't know how much good this will do, but nothing, because I got shot. Instead of talking, I probably should have just pressed the fire button. Well, this is going well. From a point... No, I'm not spawning on you. Screw you. I'm not paying any attention to you anymore. Because when I do, I die! My second favourite game mode in the game is Breakthrough, which is a slight variation on Rush mode. Normally in Rush mode, the defenders would hold, say, a couple of checkpoints, and the attackers would have to run up to the checkpoint, plant a bomb on it, back off, and defend it until the bomb explodes, taking out the checkpoint. But in Breakthrough, instead, this time round, your team has to capture all of the points, all of the objectives, simultaneously. That was a grenade that someone over there just threw at me. Why didn't he just shoot me? Wouldn't that have been easier? There are a couple of people who can revive me, not too far away. You're not going to though, are you? No, bleeding out. I don't know where you are, so I'm not going to... Right. Ah, right. The team's finally pulled its finger out of its arse and realised that it needs to start doing something other than just holding B. Which I have to admit they're doing very well, but it's the only thing that we're doing, and it ain't enough. Team deathmatch, of course. Kill more of the enemy before they kill more of you, and, well, that's basically it. Infantry only, though, I noticed. No vehicles, and this is where I think Battlefield... It's not why I come to Battlefield. Oh, I landed it. Yeah, you will run. Ah. Oh dear. Might as well stick my nose out and get it shut off. Oh, hang on. I forgot I had the RPG, otherwise I probably would have fired it a bit earlier. It's just not a game mode that I like. I like some kind of direction or something beyond just meandering around the map at random, shooting. It's just, no, it's just not my thing. It works, like the other game modes it works, I just, Domination, as far as I can tell, Domination is Conquest with infantry only and team deathmatch spawning, which I don't quite understand, because again, Battlefield is best when you've got the infantry and the vehicles and everything, and Domination just feels like the younger, stupider cousin of Conquest. Why? 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 Yeah, I actually don't know where I'm going. Wow, really? You just... Those guys just let me kill them, didn't they? They weren't even moving. They weren't even trying to... It's a weird one, is this. Domination is basically Conquest with infantry only, but the spawning is team deathmatch style. Oh, I was so looking forward to sticking a knife in his back. Now, front lines is a nifty idea. I like this idea of Conquest style capturing objectives in a line, and I know previous Battlefield games, at least one of them, has done this before. It has a small problem, or at least I have a small problem with it. Okay, so now what's happened? There's a padlock icon on there. Why? What just happened? I don't get the rules of this. What's happened? Right, so at this point we have 3 objectives to defend. Can we not go on the offensive anymore? Enemy attack is almost over. How's it almost over? See, I am still racking up points, even though it is quite boring. Defensive successful. So let me get this straight. We can't attack until the game says we can. What? I can't move. Oh, there's a bit of fencing in the way. Because I have got quite a long way to go now. The price of safety is about 3 miles. Objective A lost. Oh, for God's sake, really? We're back on the fucking defensive again? You kidding me? Is this a joke? Is this a fucking joke? Well, this is really boring. It's surprisingly boring. I mean, I know I'm not particularly getting involved with the recon class, but it's surprising how dull it is just waiting for the objective to, well, waiting for the game to decide to let you to attack. It's really dull. And that was the last objective. Well, that was boring. Mainly because we were waiting for the bloody game to tell us when to attack. I mean, when do you attack? How long does it take for the objective system to go? Now you can attack. Grand Operations. Sort of like a multiple game story mode type thing, or at least that's how it's billed by the creators. The thing is it's effectively just a series of individual matches that are kind of strung together with voiceover and text. And that's your story. Which is pathetic. The only way you're going to find this game mode attractive is if you have a clan of your own, a big clan, that you can fill out all 32 slots in your side, and you're going up against another clan, and you want to have some kind of mini tournament. Then it will be great. Okay. Port secured by the British. German army makes a strategic retreat. Fresh German defences erected in the surrounding mountains. Okay. Nope. Ah, took that shot too early. Oh, I hit him. That's really annoying. That's what normally happens with me and a sniper rifle.
We must fight harder.
Got him. Oh, what was that? Seriously glitchy ragdolls. Oh, I've got an outstanding marksmanship. 5 headshots. What is wrong with me today? You may have noticed that every time I talk about something, or at least most of the time I talk about something, I mention something good about it, and then I mention something bad about it. And that's kind of this game in a nutshell. Every good point has a negative seemingly. And I am acutely aware of the fact that there's a lot of content missing from this game. Not only because the game itself reminds you that this is missing and that is missing and wait until this date before you can get your hands on it. Yeah, thanks. I do know that EA and DICE have put out that roadmap, even though for some reason I can't view it on their website. I have no idea why. But I know about the roadmap. But right now, at release, this game really feels like it's missing stuff. It's missing equipment. It's missing maps. You get the impression that it's a shell of a game, and you know that they're just gonna spoon feed it to you with a teaspoon over a very long time period, over the next few months. And this is what they mean by games as a service. I'm sorry, you're not doing us a service by giving us a bit of a game. You're just not. Oh, by the way, even though that they pushed the release date of this game back to November, it's still glitchy as hell. I mean, that glitch was from the campaign, but the multiplayer has a few glitches of its own. There is definitely a tank in there. Ah, bloody hell! This rock! This rock! I just can't get over it. I jumped and I can't get over it. There we go. Jesus. I'm pressing the button, I'm pressing the button, I'm pressing the button. Why did it not do anything? There's the standard edition, which is 50 quid. And then there's the deluxe edition, which is 80 quid, an extra 30. What do you get for your extra 30 quid? Well, you get a bunch of cosmetics and possibly other stuff, which you don't need, by the way. The game works perfectly fine without it. And it also, at least initially, sold itself on the fact that the deluxe edition gave you 5 days early access. And this is where I start to have a... Look, the thing is, not only does paying an extra 30 quid to play the game a measly 5 days before anyone else, which you're not because plenty of other people can buy it, but not only that, but now that the game's been out for 2 weeks, the deluxe edition is, for the most part, digitally at least, still 80 quid. I'm sorry, but initially I was paying an extra I didn't buy it, by the way. Let me make that perfectly fucking clear. But initially that extra 30 quid was for the 5 days early access and all the other shit. But now that the 5 days early access has gone, I would expect the price to drop. And it hasn't. So yeah, I have a bit of an issue with paying for 5 days early access as well, because that's just bollocks. And you know what? Other publishers are going to pick up on it, aren't they? They're going to say, ooh, EA and DICE did it. I mean, everything that they've ever done has always worked out brilliantly. Wait a minute. And away we go.
Capture then hold as many objectives as you can.
Bloody hell. Damn it, I saw the plane coming towards me. I literally saw the plane. Hi, squad mate, over here, 25 metres away. Literally, over here. You're going the wrong way. It's too late. I think I'm going to bleed out before you get to me. Oh no, he just made it to me. Right, now what? Everyone else has buggered off. Wait until next year. Don't buy this game right now for 50 quid or whatever it is. Wait until next year for a price drop and when most of the content has come out. But right now, Battlefield 5 gets from me a 5 out of 10. And I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. I am aware that I gave Black Ops 4 a 4 out of 10 and now I've given Battlefield 5 a 5 out of 10. Not doing it on purpose, I swear. But every good point is counterbalanced by a bad point. This games as a service bollocks model is just, make no mistake, you're not getting more content out of this game, you're just getting less content now and then the rest of it is coming later, that's all. You're getting a complete game, you're just going to have to wait until several months into next year. But no, I don't like this games as a service. I don't even like calling it games as a service because it's not a fucking service to us. Might be to the shareholders, I can't speak to that. But yeah, not a fan. Wait until next year. And then you'll be able to say you got your 50 quid's worth. Or you did the sensible thing and got it in a price drop. And I am also aware of the news, by the way, that this game has massively underperformed physical copy wise, less than half of the previous Battlefield 1 in terms of sales. Unfortunately, the sales figures don't account for digital sales. We don't know, so we don't really know how successful it's been, but those numbers don't make for pretty reading. There's plenty of people on the servers on the PS4, so that's not an issue. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see until they put out a report telling us how successful they've been. Can't wait for the shareholders to report on that one. Okay, right, I'm pretty much done on this. What did you think of my video? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of the game, or are you going to do the sensible thing and wait? Leave a comment down below. And if you can't get enough of my irritating voice, feel free to hit the subscribe button, or if you want to inflict my irritating voice on other people, you can always share. See you next time. with a certain other game franchise that will rename name. With a certain other video game franchise that shall rename nameless. Has anyone got a tongue brush? Unlike a certain other video game franchise that shall rename. I can't bloody say. Remain. That shall remain nameless. That shall remain nameless. That shall remain nameless.